Spain and the United States of America, it's the Beast Boy, Chris Barnett!
From Spain, have a look.
Very colorful way going inside.
Certainly is. We love to see this. Bringing a bit of personality to the ring. Can certainly talk the walk, can't he?
He told us, don't blink for this fight. So, better make sure we don't blink.
Well, actually, keeping my eyes wide open. 118 kilos. You can probably see that before he takes his shirt off. He has an MMA record of 5-0. That means he's unbeaten, ladies and gentlemen, in his 5 contests. Had a wrestling, judo, and taekwondo background. 1.77 meters tall, so it's about 5'11" if you're more used to imperial measurements.
And even at his weight, this guy does flying knees. It takes a lot of agility and skill to do flying knees. So I can't wait to see that. I've never seen a heavyweight do flying knees.
Yeah, I think you'll all be surprised. For a big fella, he's very agile.
In the red corner, also from the United States of America, it's Eric, the Soldier Boy, PRINDLE!
Eric PRINDLE from the United States of America, much taller than his opponent. Comes in at 1.93 meters. And as you can see, he's an enormous fella.
Yes.
Got a big pair of shoulders on him, hasn't he?
Exactly. This guy's had like over 100 fights in amateur boxing when he was stationed in the Army. On top of that, he's one of the training partners of Brock Lesnar. And word is he's given Brock Lesnar a hard time in training.
He is just huge, isn't he?
Exactly.
You wouldn't want him to get hold of you.
Oh,
I'm sure he's got a very firm grip and can pack a very strong punch. As you say, very experienced in the stand-up world. He has done a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but boxing is his main claim to fame. Yeah. In MMA, he has a 1-1 record. So in his 2 fights, he's already lost 1. Let's see if that big, imposing frame of his can...
well, another thing about
his technique, I guess.
Exactly. Another thing about Eric is he's also a Naga champion. Naga is one of the biggest tournaments in the U.S., and he's a champion in that. So it also says that he also knows how to fight very well on the ground.
Well, his opponent there, Chris Barnett, came in with a lot of personality. Now looking a little bit more focused. Very shortly, he'll come face to face with his opponent, and you'll see quite a difference in body shape.
Yes, these are the biggest guys ever to grace the ring here in martial combat.
Well, I'm reliably informed it's a sturdy structure and is unlikely to collapse. But my goodness me, this fella is huge.
No wonder he gave Brock Lesnar a hard time. He's also as big as Brock.
Well, he's just looked down at us at ringside, and for a couple of seconds there, he had a bit of a mean stare, but finally he smiled.
This fantastic evening of fight action is brought to you by our official equipment provider, Fairtex, and Resorts World Sentosa. A million moments, one world. This contest is scheduled for 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. Our cage-side medical staff and doctors are some of Singapore's very best professionals, and they hail from the Changi Sports Medical Center. Your referee for the fight, Mr. John Shaw. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. It's time for combat! Fighting out the blue corner, this man is a highly agile MMA fighter given his size. He's famous for his ability to execute flying punches and knees. He stands at 177 centimeters tall and weighs in at an immense 136 kilograms. He has a perfect MMA record of 5 wins and no losses. Representing Gracia, Tampa XFC, and from the United States of America, it's the Beast Boy, Chris Barnett! Fighting out the red corner, this man is a former soldier with the U.S. Army and a 5-time All-Army champion. He has also trained with some of the best MMA fighters from around the world. He stands at 193 centimeters tall and weighs in at a 125 kilogram weight. With a professional MMA record of 1 win and 1 loss, he fights for CSW Gym. From the United States of America, he's Eric, the American Soldier, PRINDLE!
I've just been informed that Eric PRINDLE came to Singapore and he had to have size 4XL gloves, and they had to be specially shipped in just 2 days ago. It was quite a logistical problem for our team here. They managed it, but my goodness, what a huge man he is.
Yeah, look at those hands, though. Wow.
Not many people are taller than John Sharp in the middle, our referee. And I think it's fair to say that Eric PRINDLE, it's PRINDLE with a D, outdoes him in just about every dimension. What a huge fella. Anyway.
Okay, here's the start.
Oh, starting off with a heavy kick.
Nice kick by Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
Eric's hands are a bit low, though. He has his hands on his chest. He has to keep it up high. Maybe he's underestimating the kicking ability of Chris Barnett.
Leads in with a left jab that had full body weight behind it, followed up with a right hand. But Chris Barnett, as we've discussed already, has some weight behind him, and it wasn't too difficult for him to drive PRINDLE into the cage. Okay,
right now, Chris Barnett's arm might be open for a Kimura lock. Now, Eric was going for a Kimura lock a while ago to stop the double leg, but then decided to forgo it. Okay, he's going for it again.
When 118 kilograms pins you on the cage, it's difficult to break free. Now, what's going on here, Alvin?
Okay, what's happening is Eric's trying to... Wow!
Whoa, knee to the head.
Well, Eric was trying to set up, a defensive takedown, but he saw the head open, went for a knee strike there.
With guys of this size, the action is not going to be as fast and furious as we see in some other contests, but when connections are made, they'll be heavy. And Chris Barnett has already shown that he favours that right kick to the side of the leg.
Okay, that's the 3rd time he's landed that kick.
PRINDLE's knee will be taking some punishment there. He actually lands it on the joint, and that will swell up very quickly because there's very little in the way of fat muscle to protect it. Good right hand, wasn't it?
Beautiful Superman punch. That's when you pretend to punch and then you fire with the right hand.
And you leap off the ground, if I'm not mistaken, as well for that Superman punch, just as Barnett did there.
Uh-oh, there's an accidental groin shot there.
Good sportsmanship from both fellas. The instant apology from Eric PRINDLE and acknowledgement from Chris Barnett. And he was given a moment there just to compose himself. And good for him, he's composed himself quickly.
Imagine being able to recover that fast from a groin shot, especially from another heavyweight.
Not quite sure how he did that, I must say, from my own limited experience of such things. Oh, and he caught him, did PRINDLE there with a good right hand and followed up with a left. And you wonder how many times a man can take punches with that heaviness behind them.
Okay, Chris Barnett's really doing well with those leg kicks. Eric's going to feel that later on in the fight if he doesn't defend right away.
As I was saying earlier, if he can continue to favour the kick towards the knee there, it'll bruise and blow up pretty quickly.
Oh, turning side kick.
He's on target with it as well. We did tell you he was nimble. Deceptively so, and that was a heavy blow.
Okay, nice body kick there.
Both men, oh, a good right hand. Single shots. Fellas of this size will find it difficult to... Oh, goodness me.
You see the taekwondo background of Chris Barnett.
He really took
Very
off.
evident there. Nice way to, to close the distance. And we have Eric right now. Oh, Eric gets on top right now in the mount position, and he goes for side mount. Not a good position to be if you're Chris Barnett.
Chris Barnett was trying to bring him down onto the canvas, but got switched in the process. Back up they go.
Nice defense.
Down goes PRINDLE. Barnett's on top.
Barnett's inside mount right now. With his hips up, it looks like he's trying to go for a full mount. He's trying to push the legs down.
Both men using their free hands to throw punches.
Okay, if you notice, Chris Barnett's left leg is up. He's going to try to go for the mount. And look!
Just tried to wrap the head between his knees there. Couldn't quite do it. Those punches landing solidly to the head.
He's going for a Kimura lock there. He's trying to work on the arm, but Eric knows better. Okay, if you notice, Eric's legs are like that. Eric puts his legs up like that, so it's going to be very hard for Chris Barnett to mount. But now, Chris Barnett gets the mount anyway. Yes.
Elbow in the face, just rubbing it in there, roughing up his opponent. The right hands to the body.
The reason why fighters like to be in the mount position is because when you're on top, you can punch, and the person on the bottom cannot reach your face if he decides to punch.
You can see welts there on Eric Prindle's left side of his body there already from those thunderous blows that are coming down. Already heavily bruised there.
Okay, Chris Barnett is able to make distance. Once you make distance like that, you can just rain down blows without any fear of being hit yourself.
Those size 4 XL gloves.
Wow.
Coming in very handy now, just trying to protect himself and pull his man closer to take away the leverage as the end of the first round approaches.
And Eric is saved by the bell there.
How about this for sportsmanship? How about that? I don't think we've seen that in our 12 evenings this year of martial combat. One fighter helping the other off the deck. Yes. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight to watch. Two great sports, two big men. Could end any second, as you've already seen tonight. Keep your eyes open, folks. Who would you give that round to, Alvin?
I'd have to give it to Chris Barnett. I mean, he had, more of the kicks, then he had a takedown, then he was able to get the full mount position, and he's really impressed the crowd with his taekwondo combinations.
Spinning kick, I mean, it was telegraphed. He said a telegraph saying, I'm going to kick you at least 2 days earlier. But still, Eric Prindle couldn't get out of the way of it. It's deceptive, because you're not quite sure when in that movement he's going to unload.
Exactly. Very good defense there from Chris Barnett. Ends up in the mount position.
Impressive round from Barnett. Fighting out of Spain. Both men breathing heavily, sweating profusely. And continuing in their fine sportsmanship at the beginning of this second round. Little clipped left hook from Prindle.
Wow.
Just pulled out of that one.
See Chris and his taekwondo combinations. Oh! He went for a turning long kick.
And was countered, wasn't he? Took him off balance. Down he went, but back up again.
He charged right into the leg there, though, just as Eric was throwing a kick.
It's pretty brave of him to do so, because it did connect that knee to the body. But, yeah, had the presence of mind to grab that knee while it was up there and see if he can gain an advantage from this position with Prindle's back against the cage.
Okay, Chris is going for a single leg. Now you see the corner of Eric shouting underhook, underhook to make sure he doesn't get near. Okay, he might be able to get the back.
Couldn't quite get round the back there. Slippery customer, Chris Barnett. Great to hear the applause of appreciation for the technicalities of this contest.
Oh, definitely. These big guys have a lot of technique.
Prindle looking to unload. Oh, my goodness me. He's like a bull, isn't he?
I know, look at the way he was just...
It's a good job we have a reinforced cage around this arena. I must say, when they are standing up, Prindle looking to unload in single shots. Doesn't seem so willing or perhaps even able to throw a speedy combination of more than 2 punches. Prindle looking for assistance from the referee, I think, there.
Okay. Chris Barnett has to stand up. He's got to stand up. He can't just stay down like that. He won't be able to take down Eric that way. Okay, Eric, meanwhile, with a good sprawl. Looks like he's going to push off and go for a striking, or go for a knee strike. Oh, he let him go without a knee strike.
Prindle's happy there to just dig in those punches to the body. I mean, Barnett obviously not in great shape in terms of endurance. Well, you would expect anyway. Oh, what a good hand, though, there from Barnett. Laid the right counterpunch to Prindle's jaw.
Oh, Barnett's really landing this time.
Encouragement from the referee to the audience.
Nice body blow by Chris Barnett. Oh, I'm sorry, by Eric Prindle.
Oh, it's just a clatter of flesh there as the shins came together.
Okay, if you notice, Chris Barnett kicks with his instep, while Eric Prindle kicks with his shin.
Looking for that Superman punch again, but again pulled out.
Chris Barnett seems to be slowing down this round.
I like the way Prindle, given this, his size, comes in with 1-2s stepping forward, which increases the amount of body weight he can get behind those punches. If he can just land them crisply, you never know what might happen. There you see another example of it. Missed with the right, but connected with the follow-up left.
We have Chris Barnett with his arms really down. When the fight started, his hands were kind of high. Now look at his hands are near his hips already.
Heavy kick, though, from Barnett. But fatigue clearly setting into these two. A nice little right, short right to the jaw from Prindle in the black trunks. And he clips his opponent around the ear, wraps him up a little bit. Barnett keeps coming, though, doesn't he?
Yes.
Center of the ring, chasing his opponent, lefts and rights.
Beautiful exchange. That's a fight.
The peach of the punches there was Barnett's left to the jaw.
Okay. With Chris Barnett, the reason why he's not getting the takedown is he always puts his head in between the legs. If his head's in between the legs, all of the weight of Eric will be on him. Oh, knee strike.
Knee to the body. And follows up with right hands. Looks to me as if Barnett can take a good punch.
Oh, spinning back fist attempt.
Didn't pay off.
Okay, looks like Eric's beginning to get into control right now.
He likes the odd pirouette, doesn't he, Chris Barnett?
Yes. But Chris Barnett slowed down considerably in this round.
Eric Prindle getting instructions from his cornerman to throw the jab, and I would think that's good advice. Just nailing him with a few jabs, finding his range, follow up with that big, potentially very big right hand.
Yes, definitely, because he has all of the reach.
And that looks to be another blow to the family jewels, for which he'll be given a moment.
Yeah, but this time Chris Barnett took the time to rest, because he really looks gassed out already.
Yeah, he does. Now, given that that's the second time it's happened, I wonder if the referee will consider taking a point off here. He's going to have a word with him. One more time and I'll deduct a point, he says. So Eric gets another opportunity. And not much sign at the moment of Chris Barnett getting up. He's taking slightly longer to recover, more in line with what I would expect, to be frank. Don't rush a man when he's just been on the end of one of those blows.
Well, we have the crowd egging him on.
And has to be said, Eric Prindle encouraging them to offer their support to the man on his knees at the moment. What a great contest this is in terms of sportsmanship. Crowd at ringside here, many of them on their feet, all of them applauding. You can see their happy, smiling faces, the delight of this contest. Two enormous men giving their all. 5 minutes around, folks. It's tough, hard work.
Oh, head kick by
Just
Eric.
on the buzzer. He connected with it, didn't he, with his shin. More difficult round to score, I would venture,
yes.
But who would you give it to?
Oh, definitely the second round was Eric's round. So the third round would be really good because, you know, we have Chris Barnett taking the first round and Eric taking the second. So the third round should be very interesting.
We have three judges at ringside, and if they agree with your assessment, Alvin, then as you say, we're in for a cracking third round because it's winner takes all. Now, we have seen in our 12 nights of martial combat, we have seen one draw, and I wonder if this one might go that way. The second round in particular, not so easy to score, and if we have something similar in the third round, then, you know, three judges could have it either way. Fascinating 5 minutes we've got coming out.
We're looking at the corners right now. It looks like Chris Barnett is really gassed out.
It does, yeah, I must say.
And he's still in his chair until now.
Prindle first to his feet.
He looks ready to go.
He does. And I wonder if Chris Barnett is still struggling from the foul blow he absorbed in that second round. Took a long time to recover from it, and you know, these things tend to linger for a while. Let's hope he's in the best shape he can be as we enter the final 5 minutes of this contest. It's going to be very intriguing indeed. We're underway. Fantastic spirit this contest has been fought in.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, a good left hand from PRINDLE as he received a kick to the knee at the exact same time.
You saw what Chris Barnett was doing. He was looking down at the legs and was going to go for an overhead right, but PRINDLE saw that.
That slapping kick to the side of the knee again. I wonder if Eric PRINDLE will be able to bend that knee tomorrow.
Yeah, look at the knee of PRINDLE right now. It's actually purple right now.
Yeah.
From all those leg kicks of Chris.
I imagine at the after party this evening we might be seeing him limping a little.
Oh,
win or lose.
Definitely. And another
again.
one.
Yeah, you're right about the bruising. It's purple, isn't it? Behind and in front of the knee.
Now it's going to be very hard for PRINDLE to just shoot in, or even just to strike, because you always need your front leg to go in. And look at his knee, and look at the welts all around his legs.
My goodness me. Wow. Pinned up against the cage again, and some very fast work from Chris Barnett.
Chris Barnett going for broke there. Okay, still going for his... Wow, he actually did it this time.
What a feat of strength.
Oh, but I think, you know, he wasted too much energy doing that. And he gets a knee strike. And he's bleeding right now.
Yes, he is bleeding. Just dabbing at his eye there, but he's bleeding from the nose, I believe. May have taken a thumb or a finger in the eye, perhaps. Yes. It's closing up that left eye of Chris Barnett. And that was a good right hand on the other side of the face, but a solid right hand to the cheekbone.
Okay, Chris Barnett's arms are down again. Remember, earlier in the second round, Eric had late in the second round, Eric had a head kick there. So Chris Barnett's got to be, got to watch out for that.
It could be that this fight is turning Eric PRINDLE's way. If he can keep it on the feet and at a distance, then those single heavy blows might just win in the contest. These are long rounds, and Chris Barnett has some way to go if survival is on his mind. Mind you, we've seen him come up with such a flurry of attacks during this contest that anything could happen at any moment from this man. As you say, though, his guard very, very low. That right hand in particular, below his waistline. Quite vulnerable.
Yeah, I think, Eric's doing some body blows to get him to think that he's going to hit the body, then go up again upstairs.
Go upstairs, yeah. The PRINDLE kick's not nearly as vicious as Barnett's. I'd like to see PRINDLE just use those big hands a little bit more.
Actually, yes. Actually, that's what he should do right now, because Chris Barnett's hands are just so low now.
always vulnerable to something special, though, isn't he, from Barnett?
Yeah. A very unorthodox fighter.
Oh, and a good, solid right hand from PRINDLE there, right on the nose.
Now he's beginning to take advantage of Chris Barnett's hands being down.
Fantastic to see such big men in such good shape, giving it everything. The biggest men we've seen in these 12 nights of martial combat. It's a real thrill to be so close to them up here at ringside. Down they go.
Hey, this is what Chris Barnett has been trying to do. Take PRINDLE down. Let's see. And he actually got the mount in the first round. Now let's see if he's able to do damage here. Okay, if you notice, Eric PRINDLE's holding Chris Barnett's head down. So Chris Barnett does not have any distance to strike with.
Yeah, you need that distance to get leverage to strike well. And very impressive from PRINDLE there.
Okay, this is Chris Barnett's, this is his chance to win this fight. He should get busy right away.
It's all up for grabs. It's another fairly even round. How these judging are scoring it will be a mystery until we hear the decision from our ring announcer, Uday Joshi.
Okay, Chris Barnett's got to make distance and start striking. Eric's still doing a very good job of defending the mount.
Will this contest end on the ground, or will Prindle get his man up on his feet? It's unlikely now. We're into the final 5 seconds of the contest. The crowd here at ringside applauding and cheering, and rightly so. It ends in a flurry.
That was a good move by Chris Barnett, because he's trying to make a good impression on the judges in the final seconds of the round.
How about that? How about that? Isn't it wonderful to see? From the very start, this one was fought in the best spirit. It's a great pleasure to see this. And now it's down to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Julie Lipton scores the bout 29-28 in favor of Eric Prindle. Judge Julio Abakita scores the bout 29-28 in favor of Chris Barnett. And Judge Josh Robinson scores the bout 29-28. And to your winner by majority decision in the red corner, Eric, the American Soldier, Prindle!
Tough one, strong as hell, fast, athletic. He's going to be in the UFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure after that contest you'd actually like to hear from both fighters, wouldn't you? Yeah! I think so. Chris, come on in. Before we speak to our winner, this contest was played out with great sportsmanship right from the start. Let's hear from you, Chris, on your opinion of the decision. Do you think you won the fight?
I mean, you know, everybody says it can go either way. I wasn't myself out there tonight, you know. I was like, I weigh more than him right now, so I didn't come into this fight, you know, totally prepared, but not taking anything away from him. But yeah, man, it was a great fight, you know. And tonight, drinks on me. Hold up. Psych.
A round of applause for Chris Barnett, everybody. Come on. Fantastic fighter, great sportsmanship. Now, Eric, I assume you thought you won the fight. I assume that you think you won the fight.
I thought it was pretty close. I wish I would have got up off the ground quicker, but he was tough. His wrestling's strong as, you know, a lot of guys in the UFC, so he's definitely an awesome opponent.
The thing that impressed us down at ringside was your ability with your hands, with your jab, moving in, using your body weight. Did you feel you perhaps could have done that a little bit more?
Definitely. I feel like I was like in quicksand or something. I couldn't move. I don't know what it was. Maybe the long flight or something. He probably felt the same way.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner. I know you enjoyed that one by split decision. Eric Prindle from the USA.
I wanted to say thank you to all my sponsors, Eric Paulson, Shannon right here, All my sponsors, thank you. Subway, CSW, Full Tilt Poker, definitely Full Tilt Poker, Power Blocks, and everybody else. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Yeah.